I'm so delighted today finding myself in this very position I am. Today is a very wonderful day for me. To have seen and sat together with the Chief Judge of Rivers State for the first time in my life. And I want to thank him to have also accepted to come today to commission this project for his state. I never knew that he was the first magistrate appointed in Okrika local government. When I was coming with him in his car, I was telling him how he has been to Okrika during the days of late Chief Iroele, late Chief Olawale, and rest. As and then, this court was not situated there, it was at the island, now we use as ship's hall. My Lord, you are welcome back home. We have 3 tiers of governments in Nigeria. We have the federal, the state, and the local. And for which each of it has its own arm. The executive, the legislative, and the judicial. And these arms are supposed to work together as very good friends, as brothers and sisters. Went together, eat together, do everything together to make the administration work to its success. Today, I'm a very happy person, seeing the executive, the legislative, and judicial working hand in hand. That has made me to do what I am doing. This edifice today, Chief Judge, that have come to commission will have been done in my first term. But unfortunately, it wasn't done successfully because of time. And by the special grace of God, I'm back to office. That is why I decided to start with it and make what it is today. So my Lord, it's my desire. It's my desire, but this is the hope of the common man. This is the hope of the common man. It's an enabling environment for the judges, the magistrates, to go about their normal activities. Also for the common man to come here and fight for their rights. So at this point, I welcome you and I encourage. And may I also use this opportunity, without wasting much of your time, to invite the leadership of the Iroele, my vice chairman leader of the National Assembly, Judicial President, the MBA, Chairman of Okrika, to join me welcome and invite the Chief Judge of the state to come and speak to us the way we will understand, either in law terms, in our local terms, anyhow, for us to understand why he performs the reasons why he's here. Thank you, and God bless you all.
The chairman of Okrika Local Government Council, my brother judges here present, let me specifically recognize Honorable Justice Mbo, the presiding judge of Okrika Judicial Division, members of the executive and legislative arm of the Okrika Local Government Council, learned senior advocate of Nigeria here present, chairman, Nigerian Bar Association, Okrika branch, learned magistrates of the River State Judiciary, beautiful ladies of Okrika. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised the way you are dressed. Very happy because just 8th of this month we celebrated the International Year of the Women, and on the 10th we celebrated International Year of Women Judges. So you are having it all. Respected chiefs, traditional rulers, staff of the council, ladies and gentlemen, let me also recognize the press. Let me first start by saying that I felt very honored and privileged when I received invitation by the Honorable Chairman to be here today to commission this project. And as I entered here, the man of God who I found to be a pastor, in his prayers, he started by one thing, by saying, "We are grateful." That was how he started. We sang that chorus before he started the prayer. I must say that the River State Judiciary is very, very grateful to you for many reasons. One of the reasons, it is not your constitutional duty to build and renovate court for the judiciary. It is not your, as a local government chairman, but you are doing it because this court is situated in Okrika. It is for the people of Okrika. If you look at the number of litigants who appear in both the magistrate and the high court, I can say without any fear of contradiction that 80% are Okrika and Ogbolo indigenes. So, if you allow the place to be a shambles, you are suffering people of Okrika. But having said that, I was very happy to be here because, like many have pointed out, Okrika, as far as River State is concerned, played a very great part in my judicial journey. As a magistrate, I was posted to Okrika, and that was the period when any magistrate posted to Okrika, sits in Okrika 2 weeks, thereafter you proceed to Bonny and sit for 2 weeks. There was no Okrika magisterial district. I worked about 3 years, and the then Chief Judge of River State, David Mbuku, felt like transferring me to his own local government, that's Yenegua local government. Okrika chiefs, Ngeriro land, and so many others. There were 2 factions, Okrika Council, but I was surprised. The 2 factions united, wrote to Mbuku and said, no, they object to my being transferred. And if, for any reason, he wanted to transfer me, they want magisterial district. They wouldn't want a situation, a magistrate posted to Okrika will be sitting for only 2 weeks and then going to Bonny for another 2 weeks. Mbuku was bent on transferring me to his local government and acceded to the latter request. That is how Okrika magisterial district was established. So take it, that is the record. Now, again, while I was Chief Registrar of the High Court of River State, I know that we made a lot of efforts for Okrika Judicial Division to be established. High Court. Okrika people were going to in charge before then. So during that time, Okrika High Court was established. I think late Justice Emmanuel Abaran was the pioneer judge. Thereafter, when I became a judge, I served in Port Harcourt, pioneer judge of the Okrika Judicial Division. I was again returned to Okrika. But unfortunately, that was when Okrika was in crisis. The court couldn't sit in Okrika, but rather in Port Harcourt. Many of you, some of you appeared before me, and I know that I will go here free because I have not seen any face that are jailed. Those who are jailed are not here. Honorable Chairman, what you've done is what other local government chairmen should emulate. And that is another reason why I decided to be here. When someone is working hard, he should be recognized and his name publicized. It is not only when bad is done. Newspapers, radios, and we carry it. You have done very, very well. You didn't care. I know in your first tenure, you wrote to me and you were doing something. And Okrika, born lawyer, did come to me. And they told me the presiding judge also came when you were. I don't feel or what. And I was told. And I used that to castigate one of the local government chairmen when he came to me to ask for certain things. And I told him, look at what Okrika chairman is doing, and you are here. Why the judge in your local government is suffering? He dared and then promised to do something. And he started before the tenure ended. Today, only about three local government chairmen in the state have considered it necessary to partner with Judicial with respect to the facilities in their areas. And I know with what you've done now, and with our presence here, others will know that you were not stupid in venturing to what you have done. It is for your people, it is for Judicial. Like some other speakers have pointed out, without justice, the society will suffer. When we deliver judgment, the person who wins will always say Judiciary is the last hope of the common man. When he loses, the judge is corrupt, the judge is biased, the judge is this. Without first of all getting a copy of the judgment, going through, knowing what transpired in the court, and before concluding. Because many of us these days, both the radio and newspaper, we are already judges and senior advocates who can always criticize. But in the court, we are not there. Some people, like let me use my own family in Emo. Our head of family is very old. And I have told my people, no matter the land case we have, we can never take him as a witness. Because that cross-examination will mess up and we will lose the case. So you might have a very good case, but when your witnesses are produced, and on that cross-examination they fought, and if the judgment is against you, you start blaming the judge or the magistrate. And one thing the society failed to realize, unlike civil servants who write memos, and most of the things they do are confidential. The work of a judge and magistrate is not confidential. If I deliver judgment, you have a right to have a copy. If we finish proceeding today in the court, you want to know what transpired in the court, you simply apply. The registrar is under obligation to give you a copy, and you go through. So our job is very, very open. And you do not also know that when the judge or magistrate finish judgment, he signs his signature. He signs his name and his signature, and those judgments and rulings are going to live. Be there, he dies, his children will grow, and they will see the judgment. Where if he messed up in the judgment, maybe his son, when he becomes a lawyer, will be able to say, Daddy, this area didn't interpret, something went wrong. So we are always conscious of this particular fact. Justice must always be brought to the nearer to the people, and that is what the Honorable Chairman have done. And we are very grateful that the judge or magistrate who will be presiding here, we have no cause to complain. There is no light. I must confess that this particular building is the judge's residence. And I think my coming here today, we put some pressure on the presiding judge. You have accommodation here, so I don't know why you'll be rushing to Port Harcourt. I don't know. So I wouldn't want to be hearing that. If you have cases in Port Harcourt, at least you should steal more in Okrika, because in Port Harcourt you are a tenant, here you are a landlord. To the Okrika born lawyers, I think I must congratulate you. I must congratulate you because the effort the body has put in to make sure that the chairman and others know that this court is not only for judiciary. Because if the judge is not sitting, the magistrate is not sitting, you know, the financial capacity of lawyers from Okrika will dwindle. Because before Ikwere man will come from my village to retain a lawyer here, he will first pass Port Harcourt. Or before Okrika, litigant will go to Emoma to look for a lawyer, to be bad. So what the chairman have done is very good. It boosts your financial capacity. It also makes you to be busy. Because when you are busy, you work hard and make sure that the law is well interpreted. You know what to suffer when there was problem in Okrika and the courts are not sitting. The magistrate court in particular was not sitting. Let me tell you a story. You know, unlike civil servants, judges, every 3 months, the National Judicial Council, we are mandated to submit the number of cases. Every judge must submit the return. That return is the number of cases pending in the court, the number he has been able to dispose of, and the remaining. And there's a particular level, if a judge does not meet up, he will be issued query. When I was in Okrika, my returns at a particular quarter was very poor. And my Lord Justice Ondo asked me why. I said, what I was doing in Okrika, chieftaincy and land matters, that some taking 10 witnesses. I was not doing matrimonial matters. I was not doing fundamental matters, because I will not say it. There was a law then, or written law, that people should not go to report to the police. So police were not having cases to say. So, but today, the story has changed. I have seen the return sent by the presiding judge of Okrika Judicial Division. I can see matrimonial matters, fundamental enforcement of fundamental rights, application for bail. So the presiding judge, you don't have any reason not to meet up with the NJC's requirement. Finally, let me conclude by expressing my gratitude to everyone who is here, who has left whatever he or she was to do today to come and be part of this occasion. History has been made. No matter which government comes into power or whoever becomes the chairman of Okrika local government, the history of Okrika local government and the administration of justice with respect to provision of infrastructure can never be complete without mentioning the name of the present chairman of the Okrika. Someone said about security. We have it as a policy where courts are abused. Please employ. We try to bring in security guards from a particular place where the court is situated. So please, in looking for those to be here, we will appeal that indigenous, especially those around here, should be employed as security guards here. Don't go and bring Ikwere man here. Don't go and bring Kalabare man here. Let people of Okrika who are here, let them be displayed because they know the terrain and everything. On that note, I thank everyone and wish all of us God bless us. This renovated edifice for the High Court of Magistrate is for the dispensation of justice. It is my prayer that whoever appears in the High Court or High Court will get justice. Law will be interpreted, rules will be followed, and therefore, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Commission open for the business of dispensation of justice to all without March 2026 to God be the glory.